Zach, where are you right now?
Well, I am stuck at home. For a traveling nomad, it's not that bad. I'm in St. Simons Island, Georgia, hanging out with my family, getting ready to start homeschool again.
What did you miss most
Sure.
about not being at the Masters last week?
Whew, where do you start in on that one? I think I missed most. Obviously, just the competition will be number one. I feel like, I play the game of golf because I've been given the ability to do it, but I'm a competitor first. Golf just so happens to be my outlet. So now if I'm going to get more specific with Augusta National and the Masters, I miss walking on the grounds of Augusta National. I miss I miss pulling in down Magnolia Lane right off the beginning, just taking your time down Magnolia Lane, enjoying that park, and then veering right and parking in the Champions parking lot, walking up to the Champions locker room, having lunch up there, bringing a family member or a friend up there to have lunch with me. I miss putting on my green jacket and enjoying a Tuesday night dinner with all of my, fraternity of guys that have won that tournament. That place is just special. I hope we play there in November. I'm an optimist. I think that's certainly got some, a possibility. To what degree, I don't know, but I'm grateful that Augusta National, certainly Mr. Ridley, the chairman there, the members, and then obviously the other golf bodies are trying to keep the majors going. It really is awful about the Open Championship, but understandable given the times and geographics and where they are and that kind of thing. So at least we've got 3 on the calendar. I'm holding to that, and hopefully we can start competing soon.
How was 2019 Masters, that final day?
Well, it was something I'll never forget. I think you were interviewing me or asking me some questions like you typically do about leading up to the Masters. We usually do it around Honda, Bay Hill, that kind of thing. It's always fun to reflect. And, one of the questions I got was, what Masters will you remember most, or what Masters is the most dramatic and that kind of thing. And there's been a bunch. Obviously a bunch before I was born and where I can remember. So I will never forget 2019. Forget it for a number of reasons. And the main reason being the fact that one of my peers, who we all admire for what he's done on the golf course and just completely dominated the game for so long, had some, downtime, had some health issues, and made his way back and gave these young kids a taste of what we had to go through. I'm never going to forget it. I'm never going to forget the emotion he showed on 18. I'm never going to forget, obviously his embraces with his family and some of his close friends. And then obviously waiting for him at the end of that tunnel down by the scoring area. I'm never going to forget that.
How many times do you think back to 2007 when you beat that man at Augusta National for your green jacket?
Quite a bit. Am I going to sit here and say, no, not every day or anything like that. But when it comes to, trying to go back to good memories, reflect on good vibes, learning from the past, good and bad. That's one I'm going to learn from the good because I did so many good things that week. I did a lot of things that I didn't think I could do. Or I hadn't done to that point. And that was my second win on tour. Really the first time I was in true contention in a major. So yeah, I think about it a lot. I think most would argue that he was in his prime at that point back in 2007. We're the same age. I'd like to assume that I was in my prime at 31. So from an age standpoint and a health standpoint, we were both in that same position. So yeah, I draw on that all the time. I'm kind of a mutter. I'm kind of a guy that welcomes and embraces weather, and it was awful that week. So, if that ever comes about again, which it will, I really don't back down to it. Doesn't mean I'm going to come out on top. I just don't back down. And then when you have Tiger kind of pushing you from behind, it's nice knowing that when I draw out my best, it can compete. It may not win, but it can compete.
Your last win came in 2015. Pretty big one. Claret Jug, Old Course, St. Andrews, the home of golf. Why do you remain confident that won't be your last win?
Because I'm improving. I think about that probably quite a bit. You're only probably as good as your last win. You're only probably as good. You could even say you're only as good as your last round. But in this respect, I feel like I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I've never really been one to do that anyway. I've got a lot to prove to myself, but I know that the systems I have in place, from a practice standpoint, from a preparation standpoint, and then the individuals I'm surrounding myself with, my coaches, my sponsors, that sort of thing, I know that I'm in a place to succeed. So at that point, it just comes down to me working hard, executing, and fine-tuning the things that need my attention. I've always been one that make your strengths even stronger. Obviously, you gotta touch all aspects of the game, but for me, I've got to get the ball in the fairway. So my driver's key. I got to make a lot of putts. That goes without saying, and I got to wedge it well. 100 yards and in kind of thing. And when those three things are on, I can do some damage. So I feel like the best part of my years are still ahead of me. At 34, that sounds really ridiculous, but it's the truth. Well, hey, thanks for being patient with me. Always good to be with you.
Thank you, big man. See you down the
You
road.
got it, buddy.
All right.
All right. Peace.